Hello, my name is Tyler Palmer, and this is a video tour of my web app, Rep. Rep is a platform where elected officials or government officials each have their own page, and the pages are public, and these officials can ask questions to the people that they represent, whether that's a voter or some other constituent. And whichever constituents are on the platform can answer the questions that the representatives ask. Now, all results of those questions are public and live on a public page for each representative for everyone to see. So you don't need an account to go to a representative's page and see what questions they've asked. But let's explore the app a little bit. So this is the registration page. If you want to sign up, there are two types of accounts, voter or representative. If you sign up as a voter, as I've selected here, you can also enter an address, for example, 1545 Disneyland Drive. And as you select your address, the application will automatically detect which congressional district you're in, and when you sign up, we'll automatically connect you with your representatives. So right now that would be your two senators and your congressperson for whatever district you're in. So that's a cool feature. It was built using the Google Maps API and a third-party API provided by the Sunlight Foundation. But that's just if you want to create a new account. Why don't we go ahead and log in with a current account that I've already created. Now, before logging in, see this search bar down here. This is a custom Angular directive. If you were to search for your representative by name, you can see that the results show up in this drop-down. If I were to click this page, it would go to, or this link rather, it would go to this representative's page. But let's log in with this account. I used local authentication for my account setup using Passport and Node, but now I'm logged in as Newton. Newton is my favorite dog in the world, so I created an account for him. But this is kind of a voter view after you log in. So once a voter logs in, there are a few things you can do. If you click on this little building icon in the menu bar up here to the top right, you can click on it and see who your representatives are. Right now, like I said, there are only senators and representatives from the House of Representatives in the database, but that can be expanded upon later. And you can see who the two senators and one representative that you are connected with are. You can click on links to their rep pages, and you can see if one of them is not signed up. You can go to that page and tell them to sign up through traditional communication methods like social media or email. So scrolling down here on this dashboard type view, you can see there are these question cards. Now these are all the questions that my representatives have asked. So you can see that most of them are from Dianne Feinstein, but there are others from Senator Barbara Boxer as well. All of these are completed questions, and there aren't any active questions because after 3 days, questions go from active to completed, can no longer be answered, and move over into this section over here. But whenever a representative asks a new question, it will pop up in this section over here on the left in the active section. But the cards are the same, so if I were to scroll down and want details on one of these cards, for example this question, what is your favorite kind of ice cream? Right here you can see when it was closed, how many responses there were. This is just dummy data, I didn't really gather 100,000 responses. But if I click on results, you can see here there is a nice D3 animated chart that I created showing results to the question, what is your favorite kind of ice cream? Now this is from in theory, all of the constituents on the platform for Senator Dianne Feinstein that answered the question. And from this voter view, I can also see what my answer was, noted by this blue circle next to cookie dough. So that's kind of a cool feature using d3.js again. Now this is the voter view, and that's about it. You can use this same search bar here to go to a specific representatives page. And let's actually do that. So if I were to go back up here and click on the building icon and see my representatives, I can now click on Senator Dianne Feinstein, go to her rep page. I'm still logged in as a voter, but now I'm on her public representative page. I see here her photo, lots of relevant links to her website, social media, email information. This is another custom directive, this modal right here. Phone, address, and again the same directive if I want to jump to another page. For example, my other senator, Barbara Boxer. Barbara Boxer. Oh, well, maybe I'm spelling it wrong. There we go, Barbara Boxer. So, that is kind of the flow of the voter as a user and what the voter can do on the platform. So let's now go back and log in as a representative and see what that use flow is like. Okay, so we're back to the login page now, but before we log in with a representative account, I just want to demonstrate the public representative pages that anyone can go to without creating an account. So if we want to go to the reps page that we were just on, Senator Dianne Feinstein, she has an active account. We search for her, click on her name in the drop-down list, click on it, and we go to see her public page, which is pretty much the same as her private page, or her logged in page, rather. So, if I go back to the login page, I can again try a different one. Now let's see what someone who doesn't have a page set up looks like. Representative Nancy Pelosi. So, clicking on Nancy Pelosi's page, you then see this message here that says, Representative Pelosi has not signed up for a rep account. Use the contact links above and tell her to join. So that's referring to these links here that we've already kind of played around with. Okay, so let's log in with Senator Dianne Feinstein's account. It's not really her account, I just created it for her. But if we log in with her credentials, you can see that, again, the page is pretty much the same as it is looking at it from a voter's perspective, a logged in voter's perspective, or just looking at the public page. There's still these lists of cards here, and you can still go and click on the results of one of these questions that you've asked and see the results. The only real difference is that you have the ability to ask a new question. So up in the upper right, you can see now that I'm logged in as a representative, the building icon is gone, and it's been replaced with this Write New Question icon. So if I click on it, it pops up this new modal. Again, the modal is a directive, as is this toggle switch right here to choose the type of question. But there are two types of questions. There are yes-no questions, which are simply yes or no answers, entering the text there. Or there are multiple choice where I enter the question and enter some options. So, I don't want to ask a question now, but that's how the question asking would work. Other than that, the rep page is still the same. But let's go ahead and log out. This project was built using the mean stack, that is Mongo for the database, Express and Node for the server, Angular for the front end. I did not use any front end frameworks. All of this was designed using purely CSS with the help of SASS. So all of the design was done from scratch, so to speak, not using something like Bootstrap. It's also fully responsive. If you want to change the width of the screen, you can do that and it will change along with it. The website will change along with the width of the screen. So this app looks good on most devices. I've tried it out on tablets, on mobile devices, and I took a mobile first approach to designing it in the interest of that responsive design. So this is Rep. You can visit my website at www.tyler-palmer.com or visit my GitHub, The Real TP. Thanks for listening.